Hey everyone, it has been, well, it feels like a lifetime, but to be fair, it has been months and months since I did my last video, so I'm sorry about that. I have excuses. Main one, I was heavily pregnant and it was all a bit of an effort. Second one, partly because of all what's going on in the world and there was no football, and I thought, what can I possibly discuss? And the third one is, you all know my feelings towards West Ham and football in general, to be honest, and my apathy towards West Ham. I couldn't bring myself to do videos. It was a depressing time. I was pregnant. I've got my excuses. Anyway, here is the video. I've obviously now had my son, Huxley. He was born at the beginning of May. He arrived safely into the world with all this scary times. I'm just really pleased that he arrived safely and he's healthy, and bring a little bit of happiness into what have been quite tough times, I'm sure, for everyone. Obviously, I'm now set him on a path of misery, a lifetime of misery, supporting West Ham, so I apologise in advance. But my dad made me, so it's tough. Yes, so obviously strange times for everyone, like I've just said. I hope that you're all staying safe and you're healthy and keeping well. I'm sure, like me, you've had moments that you try and be positive about it, and then you have other times where it all gets a bit too much and you struggle. I'm sure most people, if they're honest, have had that. But I'm hoping that you're all okay, mentally and physically, and looking forward to concentrating on something else, like West Ham and possibly being relegated. So yeah, football is back. Have I missed it? Sorry to say, I don't like the fact I'm admitting this, but no, I haven't missed it. I think part of that is obviously my feelings about football in general and West Ham. But having said that, as much as I'm not excited for it to be back, I am intrigued to see what all these games are going to be like. I watched the two games last night. So it was, first of all, Villa, Sheffield United, and then Man City, Arsenal. I was intrigued just because I wanted to see what it was going to be like without fans. And I kept switching, right? So I was switching with fake crowd noise and silence. And I personally, even though, particularly the Villa Sheffield United game, it was quite shocking, how delayed some of the crowd noise was to when they had chances. But I actually preferred it with the crowd noise, because no football game should have silence. You know, you can hear the players shouting, it's like an echo in the distance, it's weird. So as much as it was pretty poor, the crowd noise, I actually preferred it. And to me, it just goes to show how important us fans are and the atmosphere that we produce. Not that the Premier League would ever admit that, because sadly, football is all about money. And it shows it, the fact that the season has started again. I had hoped that with this pandemic, that actually maybe, because financially clubs were going to be hit, that maybe football might go a little bit backwards. And by that I mean, you know, pre-obscene money in football. That's not going to be the case. It's only going to hit the smaller clubs that aren't as financially well off as, you know, like Man City. They're never going to be affected, are they? So sadly, my hope that come out of this isn't going to happen. In fact, I think it's sad that probably some clubs are going to really, really struggle. And I don't mean Premier League clubs, but other clubs are going to struggle because of it. So that's sad. So anyway, so yes, I watched it with the crowd noise. I want to know what you prefer. Did you prefer just silence, just the distance, like the shouting from the players and stuff, or did you prefer the quite bad fake crowd noise? So anyway, we are playing on Saturday. We're playing Wolves. Who knows what we're going to be like? I think fitness is going to be a massive part of it. I don't think there was any injuries in the Villa Sheffield United game, but there were injuries in the Arsenal game. And I really hope that's not the case for us. Obviously, I know we've got more substitutions, the new rule, but it's no good, you know, if Antonio goes out and within 10 minutes he pulls up injured. I don't know why I've just said that, because if that happens now, you're going to blame me. But, you know, West Ham are known for years with been concerned about how many injuries we seem to have. We put it down to the training ground and everything. They moved training grounds. So I just hope that there's nothing like that, no major injuries. And it's interesting, like before all of this happened, I probably would have said, oh, we'll lose to Wolves. But it's the unknown. You know, it's a bit like the beginning of the season. You never really know what it's going to be like. You don't know the fitness of players. There's news. But this is even weirder because actually it's been such a long time and they haven't had that pre-season build-up. You know, they've played a couple of friendlies, but it's going to be really interesting to see and what team David Moyes is going to field. Beginning of the season, I always have this crazy blind optimism, and every season I'm like, why? This is West Ham, I must remember this. We always say, so like this season it said it's probably the best time to play Man City, first game of the season, probably the best time to play Liverpool, last season, first game of the season, and every time we get destroyed. So there's never a good time to play anyone if you're West Ham. It just depends on what team turns up. If it's a team that battles for everything and gives their all, then we're always in with a chance. But we'll wait and see. It's going to be interesting. It's just going to be nice to watch something different on TV because some of the TV's just been shocking, hasn't it? Like on the same night, I think at the same time, it was a choice between Birds of a Feather or My Family. Gone back in time. If we're going to go back in time, I want to go back in time to when there was like Gladiators on and Blind Date. Yes, so I'm rambling and I don't really know why, but interesting for the football season to be back, to have something different to moan about. Am I worried about us being relegated? There is a strong possibility we could be. And in previous seasons when we've been relegated, I've been devastated and I've cried and just been gutted. And this goes back to my feelings about football and West Ham. I don't want us to be relegated, obviously, but will I have that same devastation? I honestly don't believe I will. And that's sad, isn't it, that I feel like that? But being completely honest, I want us to stay up. I'll be behind the team, as always, 100%. But if it comes to it and we end up being relegated, so be it. You know, hopefully, what I don't want us to be one of the clubs like Sunderland and then struggle to ever be back in the Premier League. But maybe it's part of the reality of what's going on in the world right now. It doesn't seem to be that important. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I hope that you're all well, and let's hope we can enjoy Saturday's game against Wolves and have something to cheer about in this tough time for everyone.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment, and follow me on Twitter @Flump9.